Welcome back to the State Farm Analyst Desk, where we're preparing for our second game of the day, Golden Guardians versus...
We're towards 1-3-1. This does feel like they're kind of leaning towards that. Try to play towards dragon stacking with go for like PD Gnar and these hardcore 1v1 split push styles. You do have a lot of options. That is obviously not the most common, but even things like Black Cleaver Blade of Rune King can be very effective. You can also build towards team fighting, and it does give Huni the ability to play pretty aggressively, to push very aggressively, and still have the ability to escape.
Alrighty, well, we are on to the Rift. Evil Geniuses can lock themselves an upper bracket spot in the playoffs, and Golden Guardians can get their best split ever with a win here today, 10-8. Their first time ever getting a positive win rate at the end of the regularly scheduled games. Golden Guardians have been very hyped this split. Damonte came in. People were ready to see this roster really, really rounded out. We've seen them beat the likes of Cloud9. They have taken down some decent names. And people are saying, okay, are Golden Guardians now the real deal? EG, it's been such a weird summer split for them. They were the second place regular season finisher in summer. They were the in spring regular season, third place finisher in playoffs. And after a 5-5 start with their old roster, they signed Golden Glue. They brought Huni in from Academy, and they said, this is the roster now for us. But this group, these five are only 2-4. As Damonte is going to go ahead and try to chunk Golden Glue here. Nice health bar lead, a little bit of a ward, and Comet going to land some damage there as well, but a small health bar lead. Svenskeren is going to solo his blue.
It would have actually been a really big deal if he got that third hit, both for the passive proc, but also his electrocute would have procced then, right? So that would have actually been a pretty significant health lead. As it is, doesn't really matter too much. Golden Glue got a Comet back on the way out, so we'll be pretty happy about that. And it's Conquer and Italy again, so I'm going to be curious to talk to some of the players, after the games today, and find out, what is leading to this sort of a change, because it's not something you really see a lot of in solo queue. Haven't seen it really at all in pro. But
yeah,
this
Canyon
is,
and LCK, I got tweeted about it. So there's I think it's the Damwon jungler Canyon is playing that. I'm still not convinced it's better, but there's very good players playing it, and so people are like, okay, well, I'll try it out myself.
Yep, pretty interesting stuff. We'll see how they're going to be able to do here down in the bot lane. It is the Bard W start. This has become, so common as people just like to stack up the 3 health shrines at level 1 to give themselves essentially an extra health potion and a half. Is about what it works out to for that laning phase. But it is actually, the resources being taxed more heavily from the Golden Guardians bottom lane. They're the ones who had to actually use their potion, and Senna is sitting on still potion and biscuit. Kench has all his potions, so they did end up taking the worst end of that trade.
As the wave gets pushed in, Damonte gets 18 out of 19 CS, though I believe he got a ward, so it's really 17 out of 19. As Golden Glue does a little bit of damage. This lane is going to be a partial freeze as he's got a little bit of extra minions, but honestly close enough he's going to push this wave down, keep the wave at pretty much equilibrium. Regardless, Hans are going to last it under turret as best he can. Pretty easy job there. Auto attack reset. Down 3 CS to Huni, as the early Gnar pushing is going pretty well for him. So far so good down there. Jungler's keeping equal. Hanser gets no empowered stun through. Did have all the rage, but I believe he was 1 auto away from an empowered Q, so doesn't get quite everything he wanted.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if he was trying to actually bait out the hop there, because, in the early levels, the hop from Gnar is a fairly long cooldown, so if you can actually get him to use that without expending a lot of your abilities, then you have potentially an all-in window. But it goes Hunter, and now no Slice and Dice. He could actually get dove on this pretty threatening here in this position. I'm surprised Svenskeren actually showed, to be honest with you, because they just saw Nidalee in mid lane. I feel like you could have just waited it out. But maybe they were feeling like, okay, Nidalee's going to be coming up here. We don't have time to wait. But there may have been potential for a dive.
Ooh, almost a stun. Huhi. The minion was a little bit too far away from Bang, but he queued through the caster. Bang did not get stunned, though. They're all just fine. Small CS lead here to the Golden Guardians bot lane. The more that EG can trade, the better for Bang. Obviously, he wants to stack souls. Gets the Q. Autos Huhi. Can he get an auto on a champion? No. No more souls there, but regardless, it's a lot of pressure here from the Golden Guardian side, and as you mentioned, Svenskeren showed in top. They know there's no threat. You can see, yes, they stun Bang, but he goes right back into the Tahm Kench belly and gets back out. Almost gets the root, and just going to trade the farm back.
Yep, popping a biscuit there. Obviously, all the Q healing here from Bang is going to make things a little bit difficult there for the Golden Guardians lane. But they down.
Oh, they know it was down. The flash forward. Huhi gets him the first blood. FBI grabs it. One pop summoner heal. Good luck, Zeyzal, though. Can he get the kill? I'm not sure he can. And now he's got to be careful. He would have to burn flash to get away. And FBI cannot quite find that kill, but a kill in the 2-on-2. Time to walk away.
Really nicely done. Golden Guardians bottom lane, they have been getting credit, and rightfully so. He has been so willing to trade his flash aggressively, try to look for these types of plays. Unfortunately for them, the wave is not looking very good. So as funny as it is, sometimes in these situations you can actually come out behind. It does seem like it is still gonna push towards them. We'll have to see how it does end up in equilibrium. But here it is one more time. They knew the Devour was on cooldown, and that's why they can go for this play. He hits the Q, and then just flashing in, gets the Ignite. The auto Ren comes through. They grab First Blood for their Kalista. Up on the top side, trying to dive Huni here with this 3-man play. He will survive, though, and hasn't been back to base yet, so it's actually not that big a deal. They didn't even get his flash. He's just going to be able to base and TP back. He could even just walk mid lane and let Golden Glue continue to farm this. And
that's big. That's a lot of damage. I don't know. I guess he's fine. He's got Zeyzal here as well, so now they're safe. But that was like a stun and a level 4 champion. That can be scary sometimes.
Yeah, with the dragon hitting you, definitely.
Right.
He did have smite, but you obviously don't want to smite early there and risk giving up the dragon. But Zeyzal was on the way over, so in the extended play, not too bad. They will just send Huni out to mid lane. Should be lane swapping back fairly shortly, but this is the correct play. When your mid laner comes to actually cover you top, you can just walk mid. You don't need to have both your soul laners up in the top lane competing for that farm, so they should both push up their wave, and then you'll actually see them recall and swap lanes back. So that's something that you can definitely learn for your own games in solo queue.
Yep. But yeah, you swap back after one wave. Huni actually TP'd in and then instantly recalled again. I think it was to finish Phage. He was like just a goal short on that coming through. So goes back. He's going to walk the top side. They're going to get back to the normal lane assignments. Of course, Golden had to burn his TP to get top side, so he takes his own recall, grabs pieces of a lost chapter but can't complete it. Obviously, it wasn't really his choice when he was able to recall. He was forced top side, so not the ideal power spike, but there's the chomp backwards.
And on
towards Bang. He's, of course, stealth, hard to hit. Zay's going to be fine, but Damonte, of course, level 6 can go for this dive right now. Finds a stun. That is a very dead champion. Ults right back out. Easily done. The mid lane roam for Damonte. Finds another kill into the bot lane.
Clean dive, very aggressive stuff there. They knew they could go in for it. They had seen Azir mid lane. They knew Huni and Golden Glue both don't have teleport. So at worst case, it is actually, that 4v3 set up for themselves. And when you land that Echo stun, you're guaranteeing the skill shots will hit from your teammates. And Golden Guardians just having a great roam there and putting a lot of pressure onto the Senna.
Huni burns ult for the trade. Not much else to do. You don't even really have a lot of control over when it's available, so just goes for it for some damage. Hantu's fine, still has ulti in the top side. Small farm deficit here for the Renekton. Gets early move speed to help try to navigate the mostly ranged matchup. But no offensive stats means not that much threat on Huni. Just kind of knocks down the wave, heals back to full, and just going to keep his farm going. Obviously had to blind pick his top lane. We'll see what the late game matchup looks like down the line, because we have seen already today, top difference in matchup can win you a game.
It can, for sure. And we'll see if it does come to that. Obviously, when Huni doesn't have a lot of vision, though, the reason he's playing so respectfully is Renekton stun into Nidalee Spear equals dead Gnar, pretty much guaranteed. So if you don't know where Closer is, you have to play with respect to it. And that's one of the things that is so pivotal. As he's actually going to expend the stun very early, but Closer will just come and clear out some vision. This alone is going to put some pressure onto Huni here, because now he doesn't have a Trinket Ward available. This may mean Svenskeren has to come up here to try to get him a little bit of safety, because you want to be playing aggressively to use your range advantage. But to do that, you have to put yourself at risk, and that is why Closer makes this move towards topside, uses the sweeper there. That alone puts a lot of pressure onto Huni.
Well, and that's a fight in the top river. One level lead for Closer. Svenskeren wants in, flashes in for the stun. There's a dunk backwards. Damonte's going to be slowed. Closer has got the flash to get away. Almost punched, but not quite. The flash back in. Huni finds the stun, and he's going to find that kill, giving it to Golden Glue. So on the board is Evil Geniuses. They got the first Drake there as well, feeling good in top river, but Golden Guardians looking for the fight. Who he gonna find? Not a stun, but a flash of a Golden Glue. Hantu in the front line, big stun comes in towards the top laner. No escape for Huni to get that kill, and a re-engage. A shovel backwards keeps him safe. Zeyzal's here for the safety as well. Svenskeren low on health, but stays alive. A trade of 1-for-1 long term.
Yeah, great roam up there by Hu. He finds not only the ultimate to force the flash, but then Magic Journey right on in there and actually binds both of them together. They do end up surviving because of a good Golden Glue ultimate, but they do get the kill on Huni. They will take this Rift Herald, so despite the fact that EG did get that early kill onto Closer, they're the ones that end up coming out behind here.
Brenda stacking up. They're just going to let this one go over to the jungler. You get bonus XP if a jungler kills the monster, so let Closer get the last hit, despite Ren could have done it. We watch that fight again.
Yep, here it is one more time. Svenskeren knew he wanted to go for this play, didn't even finish off the Wolf Camp right up on top, flashing in between Damonte as well as Closer. That was really well played there by Svenskeren, about as good as you could hope for. And then Huni, the ultimate, is back after that top lane trade. He's able to flash in for the Mega Gnar, but in comes the collapse. The roam from the bot lane was just so much faster. Huhi is up here, forcing the flash out of the Golden Glue there, then finds the angle here to Bard tunnel through, stunning them both together, and God, that ability cheats so much. The angle on Bard Q is so generous sometimes towards Bard players, but Huhi on point on the roam, you know, using the priority that they have built up on that bottom side to make things happen elsewhere, because they aren't actually, you know, seeing it resolve in a CS lead, despite all the pressure that has been put towards Bang and Zeyzal. FBI and Huhi do get their team that Rift Herald, though, and a kill up on the top side.
Yeah, some of that's the fact that, I mean, FBI walked away from the lane and it's like, I'm going to go help take Herald, we're going to do all this stuff, and Bang's just like, well, it's going into your turret then, I'm going to take a recall and, you know, get my Manamune. So, yeah, occasionally he loses a wave to make these plays, but, you know, you lose a wave, but you get a kill and a Herald, which is going to be half a turret. You know, that is a trade that's going to be paid forward long term. Bang grabs some more souls, goes to knock down the wave as FBI and Huhi stay around. Cutlass, of course, done. Is going to feel decent. Free boots comes through for Bang. An attempted stun towards Golden Glue, but a damage. Good slow. Ulted back. And he's going to take his own ult to get his health bar back up. But Golden Glue loses the health bar on that trade.
Yeah, he lost a lot more health, so now you have to be kind of nervous about any potential dive. If Closer was there. You know, one of the concerns that I do have for Golden Guardians, and they may rectify this now, is that they haven't grabbed any dragons yet, right? You know, you played double range bot lane. You're playing Kalista, Bard into Tahm Kench. You have the Nidalee here for early priority in the jungle, and you didn't get the first dragon because, you know, EG did a great job actually punishing recall timings, was able to grab that for themselves. But I do think when you're playing these types of compositions, oftentimes your win condition is stacking dragons, getting towards souls. So they will grab a dragon here for themselves, but their first one of the game is at 12 minutes. So it's actually going to be very late into the game before EG would even be forced, you know, even if they don't get another dragon until Soul, to actually fight. So it gives EG so much time now to actually scale up, to get the Azir, you know, into a position where they really want him to, and also to get things done in the side lane, potentially here with his Gnar.
Well, a bit of gold given over to Monte, gets half the money. Plates charged by the Herald will always give money to the jungler, no matter the distance away. So it's at least 160 to him, and then 160 to Monte for being in range. Hanser also look for Huni. Huni just gets to run away, though. But, of course, health bar lead's not too bad. Svenskeren comes to shadow that lane, make sure that's going to happen. He's there for the counter gank. No problems. He's going to get this farm, no big deal. But you can see the money is going into the pockets. 2,000 gold lead to Golden Guardians. Tied on Drakes, feeling good overall as a team. The only concern, though, is the 5-on-5s. You have an Azir Senna. That is a very good team-fighting team. Gnar is there as well for some decent team-fighting gauge, and look at that. Zeyzal, easy play, just pulls Bang right out of the ultimate.
But now the Devourer on cooldown for a little bit, so you kind of have to back it up because, you know, a potential dive coming through here. You could even throw in the Bard with the Kalista ultimate to land a guaranteed Q. That can be really dangerous, so they are paying a lot of respect to the fact that Echo's missing. They don't know where Closer is. They don't have Devourer, so a little bit of pressure put on there by the Golden Guardians bottom lane. Will grab themselves another plate. Yep. And have a very good gold lead. So they're doing well in these early stages, and we'll see if they can continue to extend this gold lead, or if EG will be able to create a situation where it's stagnating and really start to kind of claw their way back in it.
7 turret plates taken by Golden Guardians, 0 taken by Evil Geniuses. That is the majority of the gold lead, is nearly 2,000 from turret plates being taken. 2 of those were Herald and mid. The rest of that is ganks and lane pressure. Demolish from Huhi, obviously helpful in that one as well. And as turret plates drop, this is the game state, 2.2 thousand. Golden Guardians have the statistically second best early game in the league across the entire split, second to only Cloud9, and they're still doing more of the same. Cool to see. The question is, can they close out games? And more so in the summer split, they have been able to.
Yeah, I think they've improved with that a lot. I also think that, you know, you always have to pay attention to, you know, how much are you drafting for early game versus how much are you an early game lead are you getting? You know, when you're going towards champions like Nidalee and Kalista, you are expecting gold leads on average, and they have established that for themselves here. But it's one of those things where you always have to take into consideration scaling and how easy you're able to use that gold. in the later stages. And champions like Kalista, like Nidalee, can sometimes struggle against these types of compositions in the later stages. You know, Kalista can get easily outranged by the likes of Azir. That can make things difficult. And Nidalee also, you know, does kind of get relegated oftentimes to just throwing spears and healing in team fights later on. So Golden Guardians need to continue pushing this lead forward, continuing to extend it, and making sure that they have enough of one that they can really snowball this game to a complete victory.
You know, one thing I forgot about as I jump around topics kind of frantically, this is actually Golden Glue's first game against Golden Guardians on this roster. Because the first 10 games of EG was the other look, so this is Golden Glue's first time against Damonte here, against his old squad that he played with on the spring split. Of course, he was replaced by Damonte, and that is, to be completely fair, and I like Golden Glue, but this, you know, a lot of what has made Golden Guardians better is Damonte bringing a slightly different look into the play style, and it's actually looked pretty good here for Golden Guardians. It'd be kind of fun to see Golden Glue get his revenge, but also, you know, cool to see some of the vindication there as well. Damonte can make this happen. Big damage towards Golden Glue here. Nice shuffle back into the turret. They're going to turn the turret off. Look at the coordination. Still has to jump back over, though, as he jumps back to safety, burning the flash on Golden Glue.
Yep, he gets the help there from Huhi. So Bang throws his ultimate over to shield up Golden Glue and dissuade any potential dive there. Nice little attempt. And it's mostly just trying to get pressure to go to Rift Herald again. That is why the bot lane is here. That is why they are moving aggressively for this, but not going to be able to commit to it just yet. You know, Damonte is pretty much out of mana. He may be able to TP back here and make things happen. The Rift Herald is kind of on the edge of being leashed there, so they have to be a little bit careful with his patience. Getting very low, and it will actually leash, so a bit of a mishandling there by AG. When you have it that far out, really any misstep whatsoever will make that thing leash. So Golden Guardians now, as a result, will get control of mid lane and be able to move back towards the Herald. They'll probably even take the turret too, so really fair to win in all regards. Oh,
now there's stun as well. Monte's in the back line doing a whole ton of work right there. He's going to ult back out of the turret, and it's just on top. It happens to be on top of Svenskeren. Thumbs up, buddy. Thumbs up from FBI as well. They get the turret. They stop the Herald to get the kill on the enemy jungler as well.
Disaster there for EG as Golden Guardians getting everything. They actually reset the Herald. So not only will they lose the Herald, they couldn't finish that. They lost their mid turret. They lose a kill. They lose Herald, and potentially could lose the Dragon here also, which has now spawned. So Golden Guardians doing a good job to progress the game state here. Taking away that mid lane tower against Azir is always going to feel really, really nice. It's that bastion of safety that, you know, is dissuading Echo from going for a complete dive, for going for that kill, and now it's not going to be there anymore. So Golden Glue more at risk here. You can see multiple members moving towards that top lane, looking like they potentially want to try to go for a dive onto Hauntzer, or at the very least take this turret, because they are sending 3 men top.
Alrighty, well, 4,000 gold. He might be shrunk a little bit as Huni wants to push in the waves. Svenskeren's here, Golden Glue's here, 3v1. Hauntzer, good luck, just down against the wall. There's way too much crowd control, and the kill comes through. Huni gonna jump away from the turret. This turret gonna drop here as well. EG finally finding a counterpunch.
Yeah, the only successful play there for Hauntzer would have been not being there when the dive arrived, because there's not really any outplaying from that situation. Golden Guardians, though, will go for this dragon and should be theirs very easily, but it does mean that EG can continue pushing on the top side. I think this is actually really intelligent. You know, don't base and move towards a dragon that you already know is gone. Commit to the decision that you have already made. If they can get a kill and 2 turrets for that dragon, then that is great. Huni's down here trying to defend on this bottom side. And should be able to do it, and it looks like they will be able to finish off this top lane tower. So EG going to go very positive as far as the gold is concerned in this trade, and we'll be feeling pretty good overall as long as Golden Glue can get out of here, because there are people roaming up.
Impressive stuff. Gold lead shrinks to about 3,000 there as the turrets come through with a kill as well. The bot lane tier 2 almost drops. Monte has a split pushing.
He's going to die now.
Oh, the recall. Yeah, he's on vision. This is going to be a tough one. They're going to turn off the turret. They're going to go for the play. Closer walks up. Golden Glue does have his ulti for the big play. Big damage. He's going to force the Zhonya's out, but this time they'll find the stun. They will find the kill. Huhi tanks the turret, let the team walk away, and it will be a kill to back out.
Greed is a deadly sin there, Golden Glue. He stayed around for the extra wave because he had that turret. The passive was available, but that is just a false sense of security. I mean, you already kind of greeted it out for the second tower up on that top side, you just need to base at that point. If he ran straight out, he would have been fine. They even saw that Golden Guardians was sending members up top. You know, that was actually spotted by one of their own players, but he stayed around still to try to get that last wave. Maybe needed that gold for a specific item buy that he was aiming for, but does end up donating a kill back over, and it's a shutdown. So that does, you know, kind of erase a lot of the good work that he got done up on the top side.
You can see the game state. It's right back to that 3,000 gold lead, back to 3,500 as that plate goes down, or that turret goes down. Golden Guardians have now claimed all 3 outer turrets. EG have claimed both in the top side. Hurricane now done for the Kalista level 11 on her. You got Executioners coming in pretty early on for Bang. Needs that because of the healing that the squad has. Right, Damonte, Closer, Hanser, all have decent amounts of that. Even the life steal from FBI can be certainly relevant. So as to kind of table that build for a second there. Regardless, looking at the next plays around the map, Cloud Drake still 3 minutes away. Golden Guardians have 2 stacks. You see as mid lane is under a little bit of fire, but it's really only wave clear. Nice route, doesn't mean too much. Out goes the wave.
Bang building towards what looks like a Black Cleaver. They already have one on Huni, so it does become a bit less valuable as a result, but they are looking for a pick on Hanser. We'll see if they can find that. Lots of Golden Guardians members are in the area, and we'll be able to get him out. Does at least force the flash, though.
Yeah, I think if Huni had flash, you might have gone for the flash double stun, and that might have been enough to run down into Hanser, maybe find the rest of it, but not going to be the case here. Quick grab on the souls here for Bang. In general, stat-wise, souls are worth more than a caster minion, so if you're given the choice, just take the soul and lose the caster under turret. It's not that big of a deal. You should get more in raw stats overall than what you can buy for yourself, so Bang grabbing those up, feeling okay for himself. And you can see these turrets are going to start dropping pretty soon. They finally summon Herald for top side. Top tier 2 is gone, and that is turret number 4 for Golden Guardians.
They just haven't really been answering Damonte. You know, he got both of these towers pretty much uncontested with all of the EG members alive. Just no one was even really sent up there to answer whatsoever. So I'm not sure if they just don't feel that they can actually answer the split push, that they would just lose the 1v1, or they're feeling that they really need to force something on that bottom side. But it's like, you're going for a pick on Hanser here. There's not even an objective to take afterwards if you kill Hanser. I would think it would be a more defensible play from EG if the dragon was spawned, and then it's like, okay, you're going to go for a Renekton kill into a dragon. But in this case, they get a flash out of Renekton. Even if you got the kill, you lost both your towers topside. You're having all this gold be funneled into Damonte, who's going to be monstrously strong. I mean, he's building for the split push. He has Lich Bane now going towards the death cap, and this is concerning, I think, for EG because the gold lead does seem to just continue to extend off of really their own decisions.
Well, just the way it is right now, though. It's, yeah, 5,000. EG unable to kind of keep up with the pace of Golden Guardians. And to Golden Guardians' credit, of course, they are a strong team. They're an aggressive team. They've beaten a lot of teams this way. A nice stun. A really good ult, though, buffered by Huni. Keeps that trade from going any better. It is still ult down, but hey, he's going to be mini Gnar anyway. Wasn't going to cast it in the next 20 seconds regardless.
It's such a short cooldown that you basically don't care at all about spending that on Gnar. That was really, really well done there by Huni. It looked like he could have been in a lot of trouble, but that was a clean buffer there. I had the ulti coming through right as Damonte dashed into that. So they both just kind of traded stun for stun there. Huni may struggle against this Echo in that side lane, especially when you are put into mini Gnar. You're fairly vulnerable. You have no MR whatsoever on this Gnar right now. And Damonte is super strong, so we'll see how Huni can actually withstand this in the side lane, but there's pushes on both sides. They could look for a roam here with this Tahm Kench ultimate, and they are going to try to catch Hanser, who, remember, has no flash.
Yep. Well, Svenskjern coming around, but Damonte's there for the defense. He's going to find himself a slow. A little bit too far up, though. He flashed, but he's still going to be caught out. He's going to be stunned. He's going to go down too much, but how about the re-engage? A dunk backwards. Ult back now for Damonte as well, but it's a 4v5. Golden Guardians got a hard time with this one. Hanser's now alone against 3. He's going to get punched. He's going to run out of health. And EG find 2 kills off of an overstay from Golden Guardians.
Very scrappy fight there, and yeah, Huhi just stepped a bit too far forward. Mistake from him as he gets turned on. Hanser and the rest of the team do arrive. They're trying to collapse and turn this one around, but as they realize they can't actually take the fight, you know, FBI is kind of getting zoned out. Hanser now has no flash, and he's committed to that team fight, so he goes down. Huhi goes down. They grab the dragon. EG with a big win. And it is very difficult, remember, to fight in those jungle corridors, especially against the Azir, because Azir does outrange the Kalista very heavily. So even though FBI is strong, as you're moving forward, the soldiers can just block your path very easily. So let's watch this one more time. The initial play looking for the pick onto Renekton, but Damonte is coming down here, so Hanser just runs straight up towards him. then Huhi moving in, but Huhi, you are separated from the rest of your team. Everyone else was going the other way, so they turn, they collapse on Huhi, they get the kill there, Bang with a good ultimate across his team to put down those shields, and then just flashes over the wall here, getting damage down on Hauntzer. Huni has arrived, which is pushing Closer out, pushing the rest of the team out. They're able to collapse and kill off Hauntzer and win this team fight very decisively, which does put Golden Glue on 2.5 items now.
Yeah, gonna feel pretty comfortable. Luden's Echo done. Nasher's there. A lot of flat pen. Demonte's one auto from killing the turret. E-Forward will do it for him. Doesn't know people are around. All right, feels pretty good. There's the auto. There's the knockback. Saw Huni running far enough back that he thought there was no game coming. At least not one in time. So Golden Glue gonna catch some farm, and Demonte feels good about the fact that it's 5 kills and 5 turrets to 4 kills and 2. Demonte, though, chunked low, and Golden Glue feeling good about that build, right? No MR built for Demonte. He might have to ult. Doesn't want to because he would be stuck on the wrong side of the map. Burns the flash instead, but this is what the split push was built for, is the team going back into this one.
Oh,
the front line.
ulti.
A double knock-up stun. There's the dunk in as well. How are you going to fight this one? You simply are not. Huhi gets a gigantic ultimate. Tempered Fate finds them 2 kills. That is what Golden Guardians was looking for, and they can try again. Now it's a 5v3 on the map. Demonte can TP in for a flank. Not a flank ward, not really, but he could still find himself in the middle of the enemy team if he wants to go for it. There's one,
there is one
over the left-hand side of the map. They're still going for this one. Svenskeren is around. Svenskeren does have Smite. Can they keep him out of the pit? Can this play happen? Huni is Meganar. Demonte is there. They look for Golden. They can't find him. Shuffle back. Might just find the shield. He's running out of health. That's the ult back, but now he's going to be attacked. Demonte will run lower and lower on health. But Huni's
Zera's
back
untouched.
to Meganar. Still on towards Baron. It's low. Can they get the Smite? Yes, they get the Ren. But can there be a counter kill? Somebody he'll use. Time to run away for Golden Guardians. Golden Glue finds one. Looks for FBI. Can almost find the second. The Golden Guardians still come away. +1 kill, plus a Baron, and a disengage.
Really well done there by Golden Guardians, but Huni's still chasing here. I'm not sure if they can get anything. They're back towards that tower. In comes Zeyzal, and looks like it will have to be stopped. And that was just such a good call from Golden Guardians, going to the Baron, and Huhi with the perfect turn there. That Bard ultimate may have just decided the game. They had been somewhat stagnating in the Golden last couple minutes here, but this Bard ultimate was perfect. And keep your eyes on Hauntzer for the follow-up, because it really was perfectly done. They know that Flash was down on Senna. They're able to land on both Bang and Svenskeren. And watch how Hauntzer just stuns up Zeyzal. You stun up Zeyzal, and then you dunk onto the Senna. You know that the Devourer is not there for that Senna, and you're able to just burst him down while Tahm Kench is stunned out. So that was really proper targeting there. Great coordination from Hauntzer as well as Huhi. And it rewards them with a big, big win for this team that wants to play side lane with Demonte. He now has a Death Cap, he has his Lich Bane already, and he has the Baron buff. So his turret damage is going to be incredible.
It really is. 2-0-1 to manage to get away from these fights. The Death Cap in is obviously such a huge power spike. It feels great when you can get away with getting Death Cap second or third. Like, it's good no matter when you buy it. Like, it's realistically good at all times. It's very efficient, but getting to build raw damage with no defensive stats, no CDR early on and not getting punished for it, oh, it feels amazing. You are just more powerful than everyone else, and it's going to feel just so good. He's going to be in a good spot. Of course, Lich Bane and Protobelt gives him even more mobility and turret damage and wave clear and all the fun stuff. So now it's time for the siege to continue. A minute left on the Baron buff. They will have it by the time this 5th Drake spawns. That will put them on Soul Point if they claim it. And ulti CDR does not feel bad on Golden Guardians.
Not at all. It's going to feel really nice, especially when your main engage is that Bard ultimate, but Huhi may be caught here.
Stun towards him. Does have Shirelles and Redemptions who can sustain back up. They can help the team kite around. Right now, the map is not really being split up. It's everyone in Golden Guardians basically sitting in the mid lane. Finally, Echo goes down to the bottom side, but of course, there's no tier turrets left to kill. It is only the inhibitor turrets they can attack at this point, which makes this push sometimes kind of difficult when Golden Glue outranges your entire squad. They push him backwards, he gets a shield, he kills the minions, but realistically, the wave clear is pretty consistent. They're going to stay to push farther. Big damage! Look at that! Golden Glue nearly taken down already. Good damage out of Demonte as mid lane is now pushed as well.
And that Echo ultimate is a very low cooldown. I mean, he has the Air Dragon. He also has CDR from Lich Bane as well as the Protobelt. So you just send Golden Glue back to base with that one little trade, and they almost one-shot the turret with the Lich Bane E there. GG.
Play.
Engage though. Great ulti.
Man, Tempered Fate. Is it a fight? A dunk pulls one back. Demonte has to fight Svenskeren. He will lose his life without Flash. He's going to run as fast as he can. Bang is on the backside, trying to peel him around, but this is going to be enough damage. Damonte will claim that kill, and the rest of the team can kite away, just barely gets away from the attacks as he portals through the wall. A turret summon means nothing, and this siege can now continue. It's 5v4, and it looks like Golden Guardians will look for at least some people resetting. The Drake might be in their eyes.
I think they just want to retreat back to this dragon, grab that, continue the march towards Seoul here. They have extended the gold lead further, up about 9,000 gold at this point, and Huhi has just been on fire, nailing these Bard ultimates, and you can see Damonte is just such a threat. There's not a lot of really good hard CC to actually lock him down, and that is kind of the big danger when you are playing Echo, is if you go in and there's point and click lockdown, you know, some sort of long stun hits you, and you just get burst down before you can actually use the ultimate. There's not really much of that, right? Like, theoretically, you could get Mega Nard, but you should be able to outplay that with your own ultimate. Yes, there is the Azir Shuffle, but that's not lasting very long. You know, it's not true hard CC. So Damonte has the ability to go very crazy in this game. And stopwatch picked up. He grabbed the Magi's. He is really in a position to carry.
Alrighty. Look at this, almost a 9,000 gold lead. As you mentioned, 7-stack Magi's and a stopwatch for Damonte. Yes, he is going to be even harder to kill, going back to his trademark Assassins, and that's working out pretty well for him. The Sylas, the Echo, Golden Guardians getting closer and closer to that 10th win, the best they've ever done in the LCS, and that's a nice milestone for them as well. Of course, we already know they're in playoffs, we already know they're upper bracket. And 100 Thieves actually excited to see this result. It means 100 Thieves have continued control of their destiny. They can fight EG tomorrow to knock them down to lower bracket, to give 100 Thieves that spot at 6th. EG kind of fighting for that upper bracket spot and slipping away from them right now. Looking at now the Baron spawning in 50 seconds, and Golden Guardians have no hopes of letting up here.
I mean, EG has just really been having a pretty rough second half. You know, they were 2-5 coming into this week, and looking like they are, you know, set to perhaps lose this game. That would put them at 2-6. They did have a pretty good start, but things have been somewhat falling apart for them, and we'll see if they can stabilize in this game. You know, they haven't been able to prevent the Baron from going down, you know, the first time around, and I do think that Golden Guardians kind of has all the advantages. You can just send Damonte out to a side lane. He needs to be marked by probably 2 people to really be under any sort of threat realistically, and that just means that Golden Guardians can then start up the Baron. But they have Nidalee for sustain there, you have Kalista to threaten that take pretty effectively, and you have the Bard to turn. So right now it is actually EG trying to force something, trying to press the issue. They have 5 men. They're trying to push this out and maybe draw Golden Guardians into a fight that they're not prepared for, but Hauntzer will just go to top lane. Damonte will stay bottom lane, so you don't really have any true hard engage on EG, and when you don't have hard engage and the other team is split pushing, it's so easy for them to just back off and pull you apart.
Well, here we go. Baron is on the table, and it's Bard's job to zone them away. Down to half health already. The Rend is stacking up. You got Svenskeren stunned twice now. He's going to prevent him from getting anywhere nearby. Svenskeren's going to walk forward. He's not going to be in range in time. No contest, well played. But Damonte, he's got to be careful. He is in a 1 versus 2. Burns the flash. He can be chopped up. He's going to be. Might have to ult away. Will do the stopwatch first. When's the ult come through? Going to burn that now. Gets away from the root. Here comes the re-engage. They will finally get the shutdown. Goodbye to the Magi's stacks. Mid laner dead, but Baron picked up.
Great pick, but that was just perfectly taken. He zoned out Svenskeren for so long, and now EG needs to force the issue. Can they catch closer here?
Maybe so. He's running out of health. He's going to go down. And that is a big TP on the backside from Golden Glue. EG finding something back into this game. There is a huge mountain to climb. There is a lot to go, but 2 kills might be the start of it.
At the very least, it's going to take a lot of the oomph out of this Baron push, right? They're not going to be getting as much here. Those towers are so low, so that could have been inhibitors crashing the game, potentially ending had they not got those picks. So when they realized they couldn't get the Baron, they quickly moved down, collapsed on Damonte, they take him out. His first little mistake of the game, a bit of an overextension there, can't actually get out as the collapse came through from Zeyzal. But as those respawns come through, again, EG will be back on the back foot. So they have bought themselves a bit of time. They got shut down. They got a little bit of gold back, but they still have a lot of work to do. And this next dragon fight is going to be in a minute here. Even if Golden Guardians want, they can give it up to take inhibitor towers, to take inhibitors with their split push, whereas EG is somewhat forced into the position of trying to grab this.
Golden Glue 5, 1, and 2 fighting against Baron buff, but maybe bringing the game close enough. Now Svenskeren walks forward, Temper Fate buys some time. There's the flash in for Huni. He's going to look for one, and they're going to get so much damage. FBI is gone, and mid lane is maybe just opened up. The turret's gone. Damonte's running for his life. Has to cut away. The team fight power of EG is online. Deathcap Nashers. Flat pen in for Golden Glue. The Azir can kill everyone. This mid lane is now his kingdom. The Emperor has returned and it's time to keep pushing. There's still a lot of time left until more things spawn. He got Baron buff on for a minute, but actually Baron's going to be a long time away. But be careful of Cloud Soul. That's up in 15 seconds. FBI will be dead for it. And maybe this means
They're
maybe
just
can
keep
fall
going.
and they can turn back.
Yeah, they're going to be able to grab this inhibitor here as they see Damonte on the bottom side. They know they have a 4v3, and Damonte is really the strongest member right now. Without him, they can't really fight. FBI's down, they're going in.
Shuffle! They almost catch Haunter. He's still going to be slowed down, pulled back in by the jungler. He's going to flash, but it might not be enough to survive. They're going to go for the punch. With a stopwatch, he will still die. There's no way he lives. That is a great pickup right there. Now, Huni had recalled to answer Damonte, and it still means that there is no defense to be had because you are trying to push this 4v3, and it's not going to be enough. The question now is Cloud Soul. Can that happen in time? You expect it should be able to because it's 5v4 on the map. EG, they have to fight for it, and looks like no one's going to contest it. We'll go 3-3 in Drake count.
That is so big for EG. These last couple minutes have been enormous for them. Pick after pick after pick. Golden Guardians not showing enough respect to the ability from EG to engage, and EG very decisive here. Some great catches. You know, FBI getting caught out by that flash Mega Gnar ulti from Huni. He didn't back off as Huni was going over into the Mega Gnar, and Huni capitalizes big time, able to burst him down. Then Haunter, posturing a little bit too far forward. A slick engage from Golden Glue gets them another kill there. Despite the fact that Damonte is monstrously strong, you know, this did just close the gap. A couple thousand gold. They now have a little bit of pressure on the map with this mid lane inhibitor taken out, and Golden Glue's almost full build on this Azir. Like, he can carry this game. It's possible now at this point. Yeah. You've given the Azir enough time. And when he gets his Morellos, when he gets that last item too, he's going to be cutting through even more of that healing. They already have the Executioners from Bang to help deal with a lot of that. You can see, you know, double lifesteal here on FBI. You have the Athenes plus ultimately healing, lots of self-healing, you know, with Echo as well as that Renekton. So pretty smart buys, and we'll see if EG can continue this push and make this comeback happen.
And Leafy Geniuses, if they get to 8 wins, they lock an upper bracket spot. And we'll see who they can face in the first round among Golden Guardians, FlyQuest, TSM, Cloud9. I think TL, very unlikely they fall to 3rd or lower, but theoretically can happen. It's a possibility with a tie break. Meanwhile, on the Golden Guardian side, though we know they're upper bracket, they can get as high as 4th if they close this one out and FlyQuest falls down. Could always help for playoff seeding. We'll see what happens. They're ready to push right back down to the mid lane. Recall's coming in, but late from the EG side. This turret is already gone.
Huni's going to go behind them, but they're too far away from Huni. You know, he would have to play this very, very slow, and he will just have to bail out as he realizes his teammates are too far from him. But yep, slow on the recall there to respond was EG, and Golden Guardians took that mid lane prio. They do open up another inhibitor here, so there are 2 exposed inhibitors. Damonte will kill these almost instantly, and you can see he's looking to sneak around. They cleared out so much of the vision in this bottom side. EG's vision in general is actually really poor defensively on their side of the map. Most of their vision is pushed towards the opponents right now, so they don't really have any eyes on Damonte, and there always is that window for Golden Guardians where if you can stop bases, if you can delay your opponents, you can potentially knock down a bunch of inhibs or maybe even backdoor the game.
Well, here we go. This is now the attempt. 6,000 is the gold difference, but EG feel comfortable in the 5-on-5. They're running right back up mid, saying, I don't care about Baron, I don't care about Drake, I'm going to push you into your base. Maybe we turn back to Baron, but maybe we just take the 5-on-5 and our 6-kill Azir. Golden Glue, who was benched off Golden Guardians this split and replaced with Damonte, joins EG halfway through the summer split and is now carrying against his old team. 421 CS, just one more than he needed, but regardless, ready to push for it. Has a turret right behind them. They are ready to keep the siege going in mid. Baron is alive now. One of them pings going towards it.
They're going for it.
Now this is the EG move.
Yep, and the reason they're pushing mid there is not to try to end the game. It's to try to force Golden Guardians to all respond. Keep them locked in their base so they can't get Baron Vision. Then they just Tahm Kench ult over the Azir, who just shreds the Baron. That was so fast. And yes, the Monte is down there, but the Baron's already dead. The Baron recalls are there, so you will not be rewarded with any sort of inhibitor. It's just the minion push. That was a very smart play here from EG. You know, if you keep them locked in their base that long, the wards will expire. They won't have the eyes on it. And Zeyzal is actually level 16 now, so he has the really long range Tahm Kench ult, so he can go straight from mid lane into the pit. Azir now fully on 6 items here. Not sure if he bought up his potion yet or not, but this guy is monstrously strong, and Golden Guardians have got to find the Azir. But it's tough because he is a Banshee's Veil, so you can't just engage on him with the Bard. That's not going to be enough.
Stun Sven Skaren stuns 3 back, dunks in 1. It's going to be a flash away from FBI. Double stun now in for Huhi. Can they re-engage? Looking at Huni cutting away. He's going to stay alive. FBI's got to be careful. 2 autos will kill him, and Bang is going to try to shut him down. That's 1 kill picked up. To re-engage the bot side, Haunter pushed right back out. Huni on the run. Closer is a bit low. Gonna find it slow. Gonna find the kill. Bang gets a double. And Golden Guardians have run out of teammates. They can push down to the bottom side, but they are 3v5 on the map. They are running for the next, because it's all that they could possibly do as EG go to push in the mid lane. So Golden Glue is recalled. Damonte has to run back and run away. Golden Glue can always TP back in. Zeyzal here as well. His ult's almost back as well, and mid is still being pushed. These recalls are slow from Golden Guardians, and mid is already being pushed down. They've got recall stops coming in already. A TP to defend 1 versus 4, and Evil Geniuses will keep their opponents down at 9 and 9. Evil Geniuses will get revenge for their mid laner against his old team, and Evil Geniuses will secure top 6.